Michael, first and foremost, you're very welcome to Carrick Rangers Football Club after the great news this week that you've acquired a majority shareholding in the club, and we're very happy to have you here generally and especially this evening. We're very grateful that you've given your time to come and chat to us and answer some questions. Obviously all the supporters and stakeholders and everyone involved in the club will be very much looking forward to hearing from you and obviously having you with us. So first of all, welcome and thank you very much. And
thank you.
To begin the interview, I suppose just tell us a little bit about yourself, because we've included some information about who you are and what you do and where you come from in our club statement, but that will probably be the first question that a lot of supporters and everyone will have on their mind is, who is Michael Smith?
Well, right now I'm just a guy that's living his dream. I'm thrilled to be here and really appreciate the warm welcome that I've had. I hail from Portland, Oregon, and spent a big part of my career at Nike and currently now with the Estee Lauder companies. But this has been a lifelong dream for me, and I would say that deep down I'm just a huge football fan and a supporter. And it's I think if you ask people a little bit about me personally, I think they would say that I'm someone that's authentic. I'm caring. I spend a lot of time as a leader thinking about culture, and because I believe teams perform with the right culture. I hope that people would say that I'm courageous and bold, and know when to take smart risk. One of the things that I feel like I learned during my time at Nike as a big part of our culture was we believed that you could create the future that you wanted. And it was a matter of deciding what you wanted, declaring what you wanted, and go after it. And I feel like I've tried to live my life that way. I'd say the other thing maybe about me is I'm committed to this principle of just being a little bit better every day. I know every day when I wake up, I can do things better, and one of my primary principles is just to strive to be better every day.
And of course, we know that you must have an affinity with football as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know you maybe played in your youth, and you've obviously been a big supporter of clubs, home and further afield as well.
Yes, football has been a huge part of my life. It was really the first competitive sport I played. I was in that first wave of, when it started to really become popular in the States. And I played for a team in Memphis, Tennessee, which is where I grew up, not far from Elvis's house. And our team was called the Graceland Sting. And we had yellow and black striped jerseys, or amber actually, and black striped jerseys. So fell in love with the game, followed it pretty much all my life. The first professional club I really followed was the Memphis Rogues of the old North American Soccer League, and that's when I knew I wanted to be involved with a club in some way. Obviously, I hoped that I would play professionally. I never did. I played through college. At university, I was a left back. Played it for 4 years there, and after that, I tried out for a few semi-pro teams and things like that, but never went through. But one of the great things about working at Nike is we actually played pickup soccer at our football at lunch, and that's actually where I met my wife, was on the soccer pitch, and then our kids played. And I also have just been a very ardent supporter of our local team, the Portland Timbers. Everything from paint, Timbers are known for their large tifo displays, everything from designing and painting tifos to running the away travel for a couple of years, coordinating all the away travel for the supporters. And away travel, is a little different in the U.S., right? Our closest rival is still a 3.5-hour drive away, so it's a little bit more of an endeavor, but a lot of fun. So.
Well, it's obvious that football is a big part of your life.
Yeah.
What then has made you want to invest, not just financially, but a big part of your life in terms of your time and your energy and your future into the club? What has made you want to do that? And I know in the statement it was something that you said was a lifelong dream for you.
This really was a lifelong dream. Like I said, when I first went to that Memphis Rogues game, I knew I wanted to be involved, not just as a player, but knowing that at some point I wanted to be a steward or a custodian of a club, and to be able to contribute to it. And it's been a lifelong dream, and finding the Carrick Rangers has been better than I could have ever expected.
Talk to me a little bit about that process, because it must be, where do you start in searching for a football club, and how then have you ended here at Carrick Rangers?
Yeah, it was something that off and on through through my adult life, I looked into several kind of opportunities. Nothing ever played out. The first one, I was only a couple of years out of college, and I thought I was going to buy this development league club, and then I realized I was going to go broke very fast. So, but it was a couple of years ago, started to get really serious about realizing that now is the time, and actually had introduced to a number of people, including an intern who did some analysis and research and presented several different leagues, several different teams, and that was really my first look at anything. And the one club that stood out was Carrick Rangers, and obviously continued to search and do due diligence and talk to different people, but the moment I spoke with Peter on a Zoom call, I just felt immediately connected to the club, and the values of the club and what it stands for, and the potential. I think the potential here is tremendous, and I love the way that Peter and the board and all the supporters are thinking about this in a way that we're going to continue to build on this strong foundation, ensure that we have long-term growth, and not just a little blip and then we jeopardize the future of the club. This is something that we're committed to, not just for the next season, not for the next 10 seasons, but really the life of the club. And I'm already thinking about the 100th anniversary, and that's 16 years away. So.
Yeah, well, that leads nicely into the next question, in terms of you're here now, the process of finding the club is over, and you get to start the next journey of now developing the club. Yeah. I know you've talked very much about wanting to do it incrementally and sensibly, and taking a very much a long-term view. Is there anything more you can tell us about your plans and hopes of developing the club?
Yeah, well, I think it's important to develop the club on and off the pitch, right? And invest obviously on the pitch, hold high expectations and high standards on the pitch, but not just for the first team, for the academy. Build an organization of excellence for the academy. Opportunities with women's programs. I think really a great opportunity to build truly an asset for the community, continue to expand community outreach, continue to expand upon how we contribute to the community. That was one of the things that really attracted me, was how committed Peter and the board and everybody was to really being a resource and an asset for this community. That was one of the things that attracted me here, and just want to continue to build on that and be a part of that.
In terms of what you hope the club can achieve now that you've come on board, do you have any goals and aspirations that you can share with us?
Yeah, I think that first of all, if you're going to field a team, you should have big ambitions and you should have big aspirations, and I think that our potential is not second to anybody in this league, right? And we should always have aspirations and ambitions of lifting silverware and winning championships. Now, we also have to be realistic about where we're at on that journey, and that's where I go back to, let's be a little bit better every day, right? And continue to kind of incrementally build on the great foundation that we have, continue to raise our own performance and raise our own standard. But it's bigger than just on the pitch, right? I believe we have an opportunity to continue to add to the number of supporters that we have, add to the number of volunteers that we have, and leverage that to reach more youth and to build a strong academy and to continue to drive community programs and offer programs like we do with the schools. So I think it's like I said, I think the potential is limitless if we do this all together.
And for yourself, on a personal level, you're as I've touched on, you're going to invest, a lot of your own time and energy and really commit yourself and your future. You've talked about obviously your family as well, committing themselves to this club and this project. So what is it that you feel that you want to get out of this personally? What
do I want to get out of this personally? I am motivated, and I think you can see this in my career. The thing that motivates me more than anything is making a positive impact and creating and leaving a legacy. And in my career, that's whether that's been industry changing type of innovations or it's been talent and people. I want to leave a legacy, and that's what I. That's what I want to, feed that hunger and that desire to make a positive impact and to really leave a legacy. This is in that sense. This is a platform to really make a difference, and I feel like that's a big part of what I'm going to personally get out of this is that joy. I talk a lot about joy at work in the context of joy is well-being and it is achievement, and this can be a source of tremendous joy, both through providing to the well-being of the community and achieving some pretty lofty goals. And I believe that this place can be a source of joy.
Up to now, you've watched the games from afar, the opening games of the season, via live streams and highlights and whatnot. You're here now, and at the time of recording, we go to Linfield tomorrow, which will be your first time watching the team live in person. So how excited are you for that game, and then the following week as well? The first game here at our home at the Lockview Leisure.
Yeah. I may not sleep tonight. It feels a little bit like Christmas morning, so I'm very excited to watch in person. I mean, it's comfortable to sit on the couch with a cup of coffee at 7 in the morning and watch the game, but there's nothing like being at the match, and really looking forward to it.
And finally, I'm sure all our supporters will be will be watching in at home and very eagerly, to hear and see everything you have to say. Do you have a message for them directly?
I think the welcome that I've received already has been fantastic, and I thank them for that. And I want to thank them for the trust that I've already seen extended. You know, this is their club, and and the trust that I've been shown is tremendous, and I want to repay that 100 times, 100-fold, but we need them to do that too, right? I think that the club cannot grow without more supporters, right? And I hope that everyone can be, our supporters can also be our biggest recruiters, and I hope that everyone's out there thinking, I'm going to bring a friend and get them converted into an ardent supporter, and really just just as excited and committed and passionate as they are. And so I think if we can all do that, that we can build something pretty amazing here. So.
Michael, thank you once again very much for your time this evening. And on behalf of everyone at the club again, you're very welcome, and we're looking forward to a very exciting and successful future.
All right, thank you. I will be at the ground Friday for the home match at 6:30. If anybody wants to come by and have a chat with me and Peter, I would love to see you on Friday evening.